I think that the crickets outside put on some really good opening music for me. Yeah, I like the gimmick crickets. So give me a second as we wait to make sure. All right, everything is muted. Make sure my volume is good. I want to make sure everything is A-okay. All right, that's good enough. Oh, got you. Shut up, Wiza. Bury myself. All right, I need one more thing from you guys. I need the chat. Right there. There we go. So I can see everything. Because tonight we review Smackdown. I managed to stay up this time and not miss the show. So, I'll review the sumbitch. And I must say I did like what I saw. And before I get started with like my intros and plugs and all of that stuff, in the comment section, if you can, I need you. He couldn't shut the fuck up to sign a damn contract. You're missing the point, Timmy. I need you guys to let me know, because I seen on Twitter there were some people that said this SmackDown sucked or was atrocious and XYZ. I need to know why y'all felt that way. So I'm going to pause my chat on my end so I can see the answers when I come back from plugging myself. I'm just going to pause it right there for me. So you guys fill it in. I need to know what you guys thought of SmackDown. If you thought it was bad, I need to know why you thought it was bad. Because for me, this was great. This was a great show. And I'll explain it to you guys. But before I do, let me actually like my own stream. Let people know that we are here. Share it to the Twitter, all that good stuff. All right. What's up, everybody? Wyzatv here to review August 16th version, or dated, whatever, of Smackdown Live. It's kind of what I do here. Review wrestling stuffs. Try to make sense of wrestling stuffs. And completely break down flawed logic and terrible philosophy of what WWE has done to the wrestling business. It's kind of what I do. We joke around here a whole fucking lot, but I am very serious when I say that Rusev and Eva Marie are the greatest things to happen to WWE this past decade. If you want to support the channel, you can easily do so by 1, dropping a like on the video if you're here, 2, hitting the subscribe button if you like what you hear, and if you really like what you hear, you can go back into the catalog and just view the plethora of other reviews and shenanigans, and sometimes serious topics that I do with wrestling. Also, before you guys ask, it's in the description. I do have the donation link if you want to support the channel that way. The notifications, the special notifications are for 420, 888, and 2069. If you've been here long enough, you know what those notifications are. I don't think I need to tell you. Now, let's get into reviewing this show, because I need to see why some people thought that this was a bad show. Let's see. SmackDown was great, pretty decent. What a crazy time to be to be in wrestling. Heath, Slater, and Eva Marie are the best things in WWE. Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot to put myself over as the prophet, the honorable prophet, Wyzatv Muhammad. I'm sorry, I repackaged myself last night and I forgot. Where's the video I had planned for today? That video is... I failed. I absolutely failed. I've been sitting here like for about the past 2 hours before SmackDown started trying to make an image for that freaking video. Right now, I have all of the audio. The audio is completely edited, and this is why I need a graphics guy, because I can't do it. Trying to find a way to put Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in this picture together and have it mesh, and I fucking suck at Photoshop. I don't know how to do it. If you're like a Photoshop expert, hit me up on Twitter at Wyzatv. I need to plug my Twitter too, at Wyzatv. Follow me as I talk about a plethora of things on there. So the general consensus here in my chat, as you guys can see on the screen, most people, Coach don't got no chance against my Texans. That's not true. It's not true at all. The general consensus here is that most people liked SmackDown. So far, I don't see anybody that didn't. Oh, wait. This show sucks ass now. It used to be better before. Before the brand split? Or I'm kind of lost. And you didn't give your reason. See, that's why I said give your reason. See, when I do my reviews, I give you reason behind what it is that I'm saying. I break down and give detailed explanation on everything it is that I'm saying. This way, if I have something negative to say about something I might have seen, I give solution to it. The only way that you can give solution to something is if you give constructive criticism, which is something that they can take from it and improve on. So if you think something sucks, you might want to say why and what you think they could do to improve on it. See, I'm not one of those usual Joe Schmo reviewers or wrestling talks guys that just completely slam something and don't give an explanation and solution. Because those people were just seen as complainers. Try to have base behind it. So if you think the show wasn't good, I would like to know why. Let's start from the top. I had to go back and watch because for like the first 10 minutes of SmackDown I missed. Because I was trying to work on that damn image for that fucking video. Again, if you are good at graphics works and like making thumbnails and such, hit me up on Twitter at Wyzatv, WYZANOW. So what I did miss, mind you, I don't have any, I do have bottles of water in here, but we're not drinking water tonight because I like tonight's show. Minus John Cena. Now, I had to go back on the WWE YouTube channel to watch this Dean Ambrose and Ziggler promo here on Miz TV. Because I was seeing on Twitter that a lot of people were behind what happened. So I'm like, I got to see what happened. I need to see what happened. And at first, when I saw the GIF or the small video clip that was put on YouTube, I just saw the ending where Ziggler said a few words, kicks him, and then that's all I saw. And when I saw it, I'm like, Ziggler, But when I saw it in its entirety, I saw Dean cut. I gotta say this. Right now, Dean's cutting his best promos that he's cut while in WWE. He is clearly on the lesser brand, and he's the champion of the lesser brand. But what you could do in a time like that, the Dean Ambrose, what you can do in a time like that is exactly what he's doing. Is he's using his TV time and his mic time to try his best to make that title feel important and to elevate that title to where it should be. It should be the top title. And just on promo alone and what he's saying, we've seen Dean as a mid-card guy since the Shield split. So, upon that, Dean winning the title, even for me, I kept saying, it just doesn't feel right. He doesn't feel like a big star. He doesn't feel like a top guy. But if we start listening to Dean's promo, Dean is making himself the top guy. He is making himself the man. And you just listen to what it is that these cutthroat, scathing words that he's just spraying on Ziggler. It's like, man, I can get behind this guy. Because he's pretty much telling him, dog, you don't got what it takes to take this title off of me. I'm the man here. Like, not saying I'm the man here because that's Seth's thing. But pretty much like, this is my shit. And you're not on my level. The only problem I have with a Dean Ambrose, his in-ring work, he just doesn't perform like a champion. I tweeted today that Rusev looks more like a champion than Dean does. And here's what I mean by that. In Rusev's matches, Rusev dominates like a champion. When Rusev is carrying that belt around, he's in your face, smash mouth. He beats the piss out of you. That's what I want to see from my champion. I don't want to see my champion working from underneath. Especially against Erick Rowan. if Dean is saying people aren't on his level, if Dean is saying that he's the man and you can't take this title off of me, you don't have what it takes, he should not be working underneath. So, from a match standpoint, I think he's being booked the wrong way. His matches have to match the words that he's saying. And right now, I don't think they are. I don't feel that way. Need more intensity out of Dean. Need to feel like Dean is the man inside the ring as well as he is outside the ring. Because right now, outside the ring, he's carrying that title and he looks good doing it now. Inside the ring is a different story with Dean. Let me move my chat because right now boom. So we're going to be hopping around a little bit here. So we got what was going to be a dream match tonight. When this music first hit, Naomi's music, when that music hit and it was like a dubstep, techno garbage that was her old theme, I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck is this shit? And then she comes out with like all of the like glow in the dark colors and fluorescent fucking neon colors, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? But then when she dropped it low, I said, oh my dick! Yo, her ass is so fucking fat. I was on board. I was sold at that point. Like I was, ew, we good. We good. And her entrance was that of a babyface. Now, where we last saw Naomi, for a good while now, Naomi was heel. Now, it was a heel turn that she should have never happened because Naomi is clearly has the personality of a face. So, putting her in a heel role kind of didn't make sense. But seeing her come out as a face, I was conflicted. Because on one hand, sure, I want her to be a face. But at the other hand, it's like, wait, she was just a heel. Did I miss something? What happened? And then, here's what I thought about her entrance. At first, I was against it because it's so cartoony, dance for me bullshit, right? But as I looked at her entrance progress and just, you know, she go through the motions, she gets down, like once she gets down to the bottom of the ramp, she's doing extra, she gets in the ring a little bit extra. And what I notice is her intro or her entrance stands out. Her entrance is different than everybody on the roster. Her entrance is something new. And it plays into what it is that she likes to do. And if you think back to the Funkadactyl, she came out as Brodus Clay's cheerleader, dancing cheerleader. It plays off of what she does well. She can dance her ass off. Oh, man, dance that ass off. Ooh. Man. Naomi. Yeah. So, I like this entrance because it feels as though they at least put the effort into making it different and therefore making it stand out, and it fits her. All right, especially now she's throwing shit in the crowd and whatnot. Like, what the fuck is this shit? But then we get the illustrious, the glorious Eva Marie. Entrance guy telling her that, presenting the Eva Marie. All right. You got her Titantron in the back, showing her off at all her photo shoots and whatnot. And he is talking this bitch up. And let me see if they have it on YouTube. I got to see if they have it on YouTube, because this was fucking great, what they did with the Eva Marie. Do they have it on here, her entrance? Okay. I think they have it. Let me mute this. Alright, Naomi comes out. Oh, man, that shit looks sexy as fuck. Alright. Yeah, here it is. Alright. So let me unmute it, right? I'm going to unmute it. I'm going to unmute it. Because the transition that he made was amazing.
And fantastically fascinating woman to appear in this or any arena. All red everything. Eva Marie.
Eva Marie has been delayed because she's stuck in traffic. Yo. What are they gonna do? I mean, she's gonna perform. Does she perform at SummerSlam? Like, you know, I want to see this go one more week, but SummerSlam is coming up, and it's kind of in the way it is. Does she perform at SummerSlam is the question. Even stuck in traffic. It's kind of delayed. Can't wrestle tonight. That was amazing. Because they got me. Every week they're doing something with her. And later on it was announced a 6-woman tag with Eva Marie, Natalya, and I guess Alexa Bliss against Carmella, Naomi, and Becky Lynch. So what I'm guessing here, one thing that they could do 2 things here. They could do the intro thing and she doesn't show up, or they do the intro thing and they come up with something in which, you know, whatever. Or she could come down to the match, she come down to the ring, and, you know, when they're trying to tag her in, she finds ways to get herself out of it, you know, something like that. It'd be pretty basic because I think she has to come to this match. But if they could find a way to get her out of it, that would be fucking awesome. And then continue the next Smackdowns with more shenanigans of Eva Marie. Honestly, this shit is amazing. This shit that they are doing with the Eva and the Marie is just flat out amazing. I love what they're doing with Eva Marie because it's different. And that's another thing that SmackDown is doing. SmackDown is making their top people feel different. Let's backtrack to Dean and Ziggler, because I don't know why I got off of that subject, because I wasn't ready to get off of that subject. Dean feeling like the man. Now let's go back. Let's talk about Ziggler a little bit here, because I wasn't on board with Ziggler. I wasn't on board with Ziggler going into this match. I wasn't on board with Ziggler winning the 6-pack challenge. I wasn't on board with Ziggler in any of this, right? Not even in his promos, because everything is I scratched and clawed my way, or, oh, I worked hard, and I don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. All right? I don't care. But his promo tonight finally did one thing for me. Ziggler's whole thing was always about proving that he belonged. And that's probably what it is that I don't care about. But tonight was different because it was about him wanting that title. Him wanting to prove that he's better than what everybody thinks, which is, you know, sort of what he's been saying the whole time. But he wants that title. And Dean is going to be looking at himself. And he is going to have to realize that he doesn't have enough to put Ziggler away. So now he's flipping Dean's promo back on him and making himself out to be bigger than what he actually is. And I bought into it. And he says, while you're trying to put me down and you can't figure out how to do it and you're looking for that one last move to put me away, boom, super kick right to the face. And I said, yes, that fucking works. Now, some people tweeted me like, is Dean the heel now? Why? Why would Dean, why would you think Dean is the heel right here? Or why do you think Dean's turned heel? Where are we getting this from? Like, I'm still confused on what it is that you guys think is a heel. Dean is just a confident fucking champion. That doesn't mean he's a heel. All he's doing is showing his confidence. All he's doing is saying that he's the best, which he is. He has the title. Why do people keep mentioning heel? Is he not supposed to be the fucking guy? Is he not supposed to be the champion? Is he not supposed to be... I don't understand. A lot of people say they don't want the goody two-shoes guy at the top. So you get a champion that's a face, that's no nonsense, and telling you that you can't beat him. And that makes him a heel? You don't want the goody two-shoes. So when you have a face that's not being goody two-shoes, he's the heel. So D needs to be goody two-shoes in order to not be seen as a... And we'll continue getting these questions over and over and over, and these same comments over and over and over. Do you guys know what a heel is? Oh, and then the questions, the plethora of questions about a Bullet Club, double turn, and all of the... Fucking bite my head off and throw my dick in the garbage. It's pissing me off. The answer is no. Alright? You're having just a straight up match with two guys that want to be champion. Simple as that. They've done well today to develop Dolph's character a little bit. He has to keep it up. So we didn't get the dream match between Eva Marie and the Naomi. That sucks. And what else did we get? What else? Apparently Apollo Crews came out and attacked Miz. I didn't see that. Good thing I didn't. He probably was smiling while he did it. Natalya and Becky Lynch and Carmella and Alexa Bliss seem to be in a tag match in which Eva Marie returns. Eva... So, she didn't let the audience down. She showed up. She made it. She was just a little late. It's okay. She was a little late. And she made it to the show. And she graced the audience with her entrance. That's a good thing. She graced the audience with her entrance. Thank you, the Eva Marie. But Naomi did something that just made me put some heat. Like, Naomi got some heat with me. She interrupted Eva Marie's entrance with her own entrance. I didn't know, like, I was like half-hard and like completely rock solid at the same time. Like, I didn't know what my dick didn't know what to do. Like, on one hand, I'm like, yay. On the other hand, I'm like, you kind of fucked up the moment. But that ass, though. Like, I don't know how to feel about that one. I was a little off-centered on that. And that right there, she chased Eva Marie around the ring. Eva got out of there, causing somebody on the heel team to take a loss. Disarmor on Natalya. Let's talk about Health Sledgehammer a little bit here, because I'm mixed on this one too. We're going to talk about Health Sledgehammer here. Here's why I'm mixed on it. I think Raw got Health Sledgehammer done correctly, whereas on SmackDown, not as much before the match and during the match. Health Sledgehammer had a match with the Randy Orton, in which he comes down and he's selling his injuries from his encounter with Brock Lesnar the night before. Thank you. Selling matters. Thank you. What I didn't expect was for Health Sledgehammer to come out and be 1-0 after my repackaging of him, winning in very impressive fashion against the Randy Orton. Impressive fashion. I booked a monster here, man. This guy's 1-0 going into SummerSlam. He's gonna fucking take on the Undertaker or some shit. I don't know. Let's do something. Here's why I'm kind of mixed on this. Because I have in my head what I want WWE to do with Health, but at the same time, I have to realize it's WWE. But another thing is, it's SmackDown, and SmackDown is in the business of developing characters. See, here's why I think some people didn't like tonight's SmackDown, and why some people think that SmackDowns have been garbage or bad these past couple weeks. Those people I call the impatient wrestling fans. SmackDown is trying to build an identity, and they are trying to build their characters. Whereas on Raw, they're just going forward with the status quo. SmackDown is not going to feel big until they make these people on the roster stars. So you flesh out storylines. Health needs to be on SmackDown. He absolutely needs to be there. I think that Health on SmackDown, he could become a mid-card star. There's star power in a sledgehammer. And the way that they're building him right now, honestly, Justin, since the draft, I like the way that they're building his underdog story more than I like the way NXT built Sami Zayn's underdog story. Because here you have a guy that goes undrafted. Then he's just wandering branch, trying to find a way to get a deal, trying to find a way to get a contract from anybody. He takes a loss to Rhino. He goes over to Raw. He gets his shit pushed in by Brock just so that he could get a contract so he could feed his family. And he goes back over to SmackDown and he gets his shit pushed in by Randy Orton just so that he could get on the roster. It builds sympathy in your babyface. Here's a guy that storyline wise does not have any business being on these shows. Yet his character is being more fleshed out now more than ever, and more than a large majority of the rest of both rosters combined. This guy's character is being fleshed out big time. Now, here's where WWE can probably be fucking that up, and it's probably what they're doing. They're probably just doing this for jokes. They're probably just doing this because they see him as nothing more than a jobber. They're probably doing this because they don't really have anything invested in a Heath Slater, so he's just going to go around doing jobs to guys. And being that it's WWE, it's a possibility that it could stay that way. And that's the problem that I have with this. But if they actually are trying to develop his character and make him a someone, they are definitely on the right path. I do like, another thing that I didn't like, before I get to what I did like, I didn't like that he just came out there and wrestled Randy Orton. One, they didn't explain why he was wrestling Randy Orton. They didn't explain why he was there. They didn't explain anything. Granted, we know going into it, he's trying to get a contract, and that's why he's wrestling Randy Orton. But you got to sell that to the audience at home. You got to sell that to the crowd there. Let us know why this is happening. Give us a follow-up. Show us a highlight. They probably can't and probably shouldn't do this. But in this situation, it would help. Show a follow-up or show what happened on Raw to help Sledgehammer in the hands of Brock Lesnar. Actually, it definitely works here. You show what happened with him and Brock on the night before on Raw to put over the sympathy and have it carry over into this match. Not only that, but it's another way to promote your SmackDown match between Brock and what's the boy name? What's the boy name? Randy Orton. That's another way in which you could put them together. So it accomplishes three different things here. Kills three birds in one stone. Show the video package. I don't think unless I missed it, they didn't show the video package. And that's where they failed for me. Because during the match, I'm like, okay, I'm behind Heath here. But as the match goes on, all I see is just a guy getting his shit pushed in while Randy Orton is celebrating and looking like a complete badass. Not only that, but with Heath Slater Sledgehammer getting the win via the greatness that he is. Randy Orton continuously pounding on him afterwards for crowd reaction. That doesn't help Heath. Health. We gotta find a different name. This name sucks. Name sucks. But we gotta find. I'm sorry. That doesn't help him at all. Because Randy's getting over. And if they're trying to get Heath over as a sympathetic babyface, this doesn't help him. Because the crowd's already chanting for Randy. And they see Heath as nothing more than a jobber. Now, what they did backstage with him on a table, and he doesn't know where he is, and he's delusional, and Brian and Shane comes with a contract and say, good job, yada yada, you're out here busting your ass, all you gotta do is sign a dotted line, and you'll be in here. And he says Mick Foley is better than that other guy. He's a bigger star than that other guy, talking about Daniel Bryan. So he thought that Daniel Bryan was Mick Foley because he's brain damaged or concussed or loopy or whatever you want to call it. Good touch. Then he says, you're looking extra nice tonight to Shane, thinking that she was Stephanie. Good play on stuff there. Let's see. What else did we get? Dean Ambrose versus Erick Rowan. Here's the problem I have with Dean when it comes to his matches. I don't give a fuck. What we did get out of this was more development for the Wyatt family than actually Dean. Why? 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 Dean is your champion. Other than his promo, put something into this guy. His ring work, it's gotta change. It's gotta just be completely revamped. Dean in the ring is just, no. I did not care for this match. What I did care for was when Randy Orton is celebrating, you got the Wyatt family gimmick. They pop up on the Tron to put over that they're here and they're coming out. And then quick, just before they go to commercial, they show Randy Orton looking back at the Tron, and then they go to commercial. So it was Bray Wyatt out here with Erick Rowan so that he could face Dean. Had nothing to do with Randy Orton. But it just so happened to interrupt Randy Orton's celebration. And they showed a quick glimpse of him looking back before commercial. And I thought that was perfect. But here's where they fucked up on the seed planting. Don't show your hand, WWE. They come back from commercial break and they show the encounter with Bray and Randy Orton. No. Let the fans either figure it out on their own or forget about it. The seed is planted via production. Let the production plant the seed. You don't need to show us what happened on commercial break. You don't. Let people forget that. Let people, this is one of the things that I like when I read manga and I watch anime. They'll plant little ass seeds and won't come back to that shit till years later. And it makes you look back on it like, oh, that's what that was for. On WWE, we got to give you the whole fucking story before you even see it. You got to have the whole thing. So, there's your hint to a feud that's coming next for Bray. Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Because they want to show their hand. So Erick Rowan loses his match in which he was dominating the champion Dean Ambrose. Bray apparently has a chair back. He has his chair back. I don't know how long he's had his chair back. I missed last week's show. And they lose again. Bray looks at Rowan, looks at the mask. He puts the mask in the chair, and he walks away from Erick Rowan. Now, this could be the split right here, or maybe this is them planting the seeds of the split. Maybe they don't split just yet, but a split coming down the road. I'm okay with this, but I'm also not okay with this. Because what does it do for Luke Harper? Again, Luke Harper in a tag team is great, especially coming off injury, because it gives him a chance to get back into the field for that ring work. It gives him a chance to just get that vibe back about him. And I don't know, like, if... Like, his gimmick, he's always going to be attached to the Bray. He's always going to be attached to Bray. As far as character. Unless they completely repackage him like they did a Braun Strowman. But, sorry. But if they just bring him back cold turkey, I don't know. Because his whole persona, like, even if you take him from the indies, you take that guy, he fits in with the fucking Wyatts. Because Brody, he fits in with the Wyatts. His look is the Wyatts. So if they revamp him, they repackage this guy, like, what can they do? He's always had this look. Since before WWE. He's had this look. So he's always going to be, at least by visual, associated to the Wyatt family. But I think that they need, since they don't have Strowman on the main roster on SmackDown, you kind of have to put him with the Erick Rowan, unless there's another humongously tall guy, burly guy that they could stick Luke Harper with, and then they beat down on Erick Rowan. I don't know what they do here. I don't know, and I'm not gonna guess. I'll just let it play out. Let me keep going. What else? Oh, we are over the 250 mark. Thank you guys all for coming and hanging out with me as we review the SmackDown. We're finishing up. We're not going to talk about that fucking tag match bullshit. Yeah, we're finishing up here. We got one more thing to talk about, I believe. Let me just look. Oh, hold up. I'm looking at the wrong date. Let me just look at what else it is that I need to cover. All right, yeah, so just one more thing, and that's John Cena, Del Rio, and AJ Styles. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you can, drop a like on the stream. It helps a ton, and it lets people know that we're here. So let's talk about this. First of all, John Cena sucks. Holy shit. In his time off, he not only is he missing a step, he is way off his mark on things. Like, there was a complete phantom kick, like, already coming off a completely missed spot because John Cena's selling thin air. Del Rio throws a kick, John Cena backs away from it, blocks, and then fucking tumbles backwards. That kick had to be like 3 feet away from John Cena's face. And he bumps as if he took a shoulder tackle from Brock Lesnar. It was highly visible how bad this was missed. And he bumped damn near out. He did a Ziggler bump. I'm just, Another thing I want to say about John Cena is he almost feels as though he doesn't belong here anymore. He feels as though he doesn't belong on SmackDown. He feels as though he doesn't belong on the main roster. He just feels like, it just feels like he's done. Not done like he can't go no more, but it just feels like, it feels like WWE has legit moved on from this guy. I don't feel that star power. I don't feel that heat. I don't feel that I don't feel the attraction to John Cena. I think that they really, really transitioned out of the John Cena era because it just doesn't feel the same. Another thing that I need to say about it is, sure, he's going to be going part-time soon. He's not part-time yet. And another thing, with John being this way, he's losing to AJ Styles. AJ Styles is beating John Cena at SummerSlam. And I'll talk about that in my prediction video. AJ Styles is beating John Cena. if the end of tonight wasn't enough to show you, even though, like, you typically, when I see, like, all right, the guy that stands tall at the end of the go-home show is usually the guy that loses on a pay-per-view. I want to say, like, 9 times out of 10. This one just drove home the fact that John Cena was going to be losing. Because of how much disdain you hear from AJ and what you're not getting from John Cena, and the lack of presentation that they're putting into a John Cena these days, I clearly see AJ winning this match. I clearly, like, there's one guy that clearly wants it more than the other guy. One guy clearly wants it more. AJ wants this more. But back to the match with Del Rio and Cena. This match sucked. Del Rio wasn't phoning it in. It's just that John Cena's just not holding up his end of the bargain. John Cena, for a while now, for a long time now, John Cena doesn't take realistic bumps. Like, he's not getting bumped. Like, he's not, like, it's not just tonight. It's happened against AJ. It's happened against plenty of other guys. They're completely missing moves on John Cena, like, just completely not hitting this guy. I don't know. I think it's been like this ever since Seth broke his nose. I think ever since Seth broke his nose, John Cena don't take bumps. Like, he'll sell his ass off, but you're not bumping John Cena. It's just not fucking happening. That's something I noticed here from John Cena. AJ Styles' thing was like, him on commentary was just so anxious about wanting John Cena to be softened up. That is the work of a heel. That is the words of a heel. I want this guy going into SummerSlam already on a bad leg or already on a bad arm, softened up. Something that you can... There we go. Something that you can just sink your teeth into here as a heel. Like, all right, he softened up. I could go after that on SummerSlam. And we don't get that much anymore on WWE. You don't hear about guys saying they want the other guy softened up. It's heel work right there. One thing I would have liked to have seen, let's revert back to Raw. And I didn't talk about this. I forgot to talk about it, but I'll mention it here in passing. When when Charlotte attacked Sasha Banks after Charlotte's match yesterday, and she locked in that figure 8, Sasha gets it down and it turns into back into the figure 4, and she's just wrenching back on that leg with the figure 4. Instead of Dana, you fucking idiot, Dana with your big fucking titties, instead of fucking breaking her glasses with your fucking titties, instead of that, how about you grab a fucking chair, be of some use, don't sit in it. Don't sit in the chair with your big ass titties. Don't sit in the chair. You grab the fucking shit and you bang on Sasha's leg. Put some heat on Sasha's knee while Charlotte has her in the figure 4. That's heat. That gets the crowd invested. That gets the crowd wanting Sasha to beat the shit out of Charlotte. That gives Charlotte an up on Sasha. And when Sasha wins, it's more of an underdog victory because she's going in there on one leg. And as a champion, you have no excuse. You have to win. That's what would have sold me on that match. Beat her fucking leg in instead of just having big ass titties. So, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. AJ Styles. So, AJ Styles gets in there. He cuts a steaming fucking promo on Cena. Pretty much to let him know he just don't fucking like you. Your time. I am tired of you saying that the new era runs through you. We dead that. That shit runs through me now. And come SummerSlam, when I beat you, I'll be the face that runs this place. All while fixing the soccer mom here. I'm like, thank you, AJ. With that promo there, you have sold me on this match. I think that SmackDown has done a better job building their matches than Raw has. I'm not going to count Brock and the Randy and the Orton because it's, you know, a dual brand sort of thing there. But I think SmackDown has done a better job building their matches. They don't have the marquee matches, but they've done a better job building. Oh, and then John Cena no sells AJ Styles at Styles Clash. He gets out of it. I think he hit like an AA on him, went outside, and then fucking AA's him through a table while he's on stairs. AJ's winning the match. Who gives a fuck? John Cena, your time is up. Our time is now. I am done with tonight's SmackDown review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think I covered everything. If I didn't, you're taking too long telling me in the chat. I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys have a good night. And I am hoping... So I got a couple of videos that I need to do. I clearly need to put out the what if video for Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I need to do the prediction video. Now I could work on that. I could do that and get it knocked out by tomorrow. Have it up for you guys tomorrow. And also, if I can, have an NXT prediction video up for you guys tomorrow as well. If not Thursday. Might hold the NXT one off for Thursday. But we'll see. I might hold it off. We'll see. But I hope to see you guys there. Good.